What's up everyone? Today I'm down at Audi Greenville getting to check out the 2018 Audi SQ5. Huge shout out to them for providing this vehicle for today's video. Definitely check out their website in the description below. And the model that we're looking at today is finished off in Mythos Black Metallic, has a base price just over $53,000, and with options this one's listed just over $59,000. Under the hood is the all-new 3-liter turbocharged V6 compared to the supercharged V6 in the previous generation, and this is only paired to the 8-speed automatic with steering wheel mounted paddle shifters. Also offered is the 3-liter TDI turbo diesel, which is only in the European market. This vehicle puts out 354 horsepower at 6,000 RPM and 369 pound-feet of torque just over 1,300 RPM. It is all-wheel drive, weighs just over 4,400 pounds. 0 to 60 can happen in 5.1 seconds with a top speed of 155, and with a 19.8 gallon fuel tank, expect to see the estimated MPG at 17 city and 24 highway. The wheelbase on this vehicle measures 111 inches, it has a length of 183.6, the width is 74.5, and the height is 63.5 inches. This vehicle also weighs 77 pounds less than the previous generation due to more aluminum used in the structure. Starting up front, this vehicle still retains the hexagonal shaped grille that's more defined with aluminum inserts and the aluminum frame running along the outside. You have front parking sensors with sporty air intakes on both sides, LED headlights with LED daytime running lights, and very nice lines coming along the hood. This vehicle has the optional 20 by 8 inch wheels with the 5 double spoke star design wheels that are partly polished. You have disc brakes in all 4 corners with the branded S logo. They measure 6 pistons up front at 13.8 inches and 4 pistons in the rear at 13 inches. The vehicle also has a very distinctive line running from the headlight all the way to the rear taillight. And finishing up in the rear with the roof-mounted spoiler, the LED taillights, a standard backup camera, and parking sensors. And now with the key, we can go ahead and take a look at the interior. This vehicle also offers the aluminum accents on the side mirrors. And with the key on me, I just place my hand in the door handle. It'll automatically unlock. The door panel has very nice fabric running along it. All of your windows are automatic up and down. You have your side mirror adjustments for the heated option and the power folding option with your aluminum release handle, your lock and unlock with some adjustments for the seat. You have 1 speaker, the trunk release, and some more storage. Down on the door sill, you have the S logo with Q5 on the floor mat. The seats are a combination of very nice black leather. You have the S badge with some white stitching running along the side, and then suede inserts. These are power adjusting, and you do have an adjustment for your leg if you need to pull that in or out. And once inside, I'll go ahead and double tap on the engine start stop button to turn on all the electronics. And then with my foot on the brake, I can go ahead and start it up. Once inside, you're greeted by a fully wrapped black leather steering wheel. You have notches on either side for great hand support, along with white stitching running along the inside. Has a nice 3-spoke design to it with the S badge down below. On the right side, you have all of your navigation and Bluetooth controls. On the left side, these control your 12.3 inch display screen in the gauge setup here. So you can go through different modes. Your radio, your navigation, you can pull that up and have that full screen or not. So very user friendly. This vehicle also has the steering wheel mounted paddle shifters, which feel very solid. On the left side, you have a little bit of storage space, and then you have some headlight switches. You have 1 air vent. Coming along the center is your 7 inch or optional 8.3 inch display system. So to control that screen, you have all of the dials located down below, your navigation button, a rotary dial, your radio button, menu, back, and then you have this finger recognition pad that you can use as well. Very user-friendly to use this system. You can see your navigation there, go back to your home screen. Below that is 2 air vents. You have your dual climate control buttons, finished off in aluminum, with these center buttons also being aluminum. Very solid to the touch. You have your drive select mode, which will go through off-road, comfort, auto, dynamic, and individual. You have your traction control, parking sensors, an off-road downhill assist control, and then this button powers on and off the screen. You have your engine start stop button with a little bit of cubby space and a 12 volt. And pushing on the shifter all the way back and putting it over, that puts it into sport mode, so you can shift on the shifter, or again with the paddle shifters on the steering wheel. And putting it back all the way up to reverse, you'll see your backup camera light up. Then we can just push on the button on the back, it'll automatically put it into park. Behind that is your electronic parking brake with a little more storage on the right side. This button controls the volume and turning on and off the radio. This cubby spot also retracts to open up 2 cup holders. You can easily close that back up. You have a little bit of storage in front of your center compartment, 2 USBs in the back. And then taking a look at the glove box, we have a decent amount of room along with a CD player, so a good amount of storage space there. We'll take one last look at the interior. This does have a full panoramic roof. We can control that using the dials up front, so you can see the full panoramic roof now, along with some other Audi help buttons and then touch sensitive lights as well. Now we'll go ahead and take a look at the rear seating. The door panel has the same design with 1 speaker down below and some storage space. This is a 5-seater SUV, so let's go ahead and hop in. The front 2 seats have a storage net, so you can have some extra storage space. Plenty of legroom underneath the seats, and I'm 5'10" for your reference at home, so I have a good amount of room above my head. We have a center pull-out that has 2 cup holders that pop up, and we can easily put that back. 2 air vents in the center with your adjustments and a 12 volt. The seats are split 3 different ways, so you have a lot of configurations for the amount of storage space you need. And now we'll take a look at the rear trunk space. We just pull on this latch here, it'll automatically open up. So when the seats are all the way down, you have 60.4 cubic inches of space, and with the seats up like they are now, you have 26.8 cubic feet of space. And this has a removable tonneau cover, so if you needed some extra room, you can easily take that out, along with cubby spaces on both sides. So this 5-seater SUV has plenty of space with the seats up and plenty of space with the seats down. And then to close it up, we can just push on this button on the tailgate, it'll automatically shut. Alright, so now it's time to go for a drive in the SQ5. This is the first SUV from Audi that I've driven. Everything so far feels the same. So getting out on the road now, I just have it in a normal setting. It's in comfort mode. I'm letting the car shift for me. Everything feels super solid right now and very comfortable. The shifts are really smooth. Again, just doing it itself, even going up a slight incline, which I am right now, downshifted for me. And just cruising, it feels very nice. It's comfortable, it's absorbing all of the bumps very well. Let's go ahead and put it into the dynamic setting and use the paddle shifters. There's a very instant response to them, just like all of their sedans. As soon as you tap it, it goes right into that next gear. So I've just changed the drive select setting to dynamic. Again, there's off-road, comfort, individual, and dynamic. The off-road setting, so what that does, if you have the optional air ride suspension, you can use that if you're going, off-road or anything where you need a little bit more ground clearance. It will give you the ability to raise and lower the vehicle at your leisure, depending on what kind of terrain you're looking at. So that air ride suspension is included in the S Sport package. That also gives you the trick rear differential, which splits the torque between individual wheels. So if you're in some kind of rut or you're stuck off-road and you need a little bit more help, the car will send the power to the correct wheels to help you in any situation like that. This vehicle also offers dynamic steering, which at certain speeds will make the steering wheel stiffen up, or it will loosen up to make maneuvering easier at slower speeds. So if you're in a parking lot It'll be easier to maneuver if you're at a high speed. It'll give you that stiff steering wheel so that way you can keep tracking straight. Visibility in this SUV is excellent. Looking out of the front, obviously you have a clear view. Looking over your left shoulder, you can easily see out of that rear glass. And then a glance over your right shoulder, you can easily see out. There's not much of a blind spot in that back corner there, which is nice. And then using your rear view mirror, you can easily see out of that glass as well. So the driving position in this vehicle is very comfortable. The steering wheel is at a good position. I like the notches on both sides. That gives you excellent grip. The paddle shifters are located directly behind that. So if you want to pop it over into sport mode and use those, they're easily accessible. And the overall seating position again is comfortable. You have some nice bolsters. There's also a pull-out tray underneath the seat to give you a little more comfort if you need to move that forward or back. And the brakes do an excellent job at bringing this 4,400-pound vehicle to a stop. So let's go ahead and do another small acceleration, just getting up to 3,000 RPM. I'm up to speed just like that. It's not too loud of an exhaust, which is nice. This vehicle is designed to be a nice cruiser down the road, so you don't need a loud exhaust for it, but it definitely has the power underneath that hood to get this vehicle up and moving. So an available feature on this vehicle, that's part of one of its standard safety features, is the stop and go. So under 40 miles an hour, if you're in stop and go traffic, the car will do the braking and the gas for you. So it will monitor the vehicles in front of you to keep a good distance and help you in situations like that. You also have your rear view camera. You have parking sensors in the rear and parking sensors up front, adaptive cruise control, some blind spot monitoring, and lane keeping assist. And last up, I'll talk about just the overall design on the interior. I do like these seats. They're a combination again of leather and suede, so they have a nice color combination to them. Very comfortable along with the back seats. And then this is a 5-seater, so it is the smaller of the SUVs offered by Audi. There's no third row, but again, you can see that there are multiple ways you can have the seats since they split into 3 different sections there. It gives you a lot of versatility between having 5 people in this car or having a lot of storage room. And if you just saw, I took some pretty good turns here. There's not too much body roll in this vehicle. Again, it's 4,400 pounds, so it's not lightweight, but it's taking these turns very well.
And now we'll go ahead and take one last look from the passenger side. This vehicle has the brushed aluminum running along the front dash. Looks very cool along the center console as well. Very nice two-tone seats. And we'll take one last look from the passenger seats. And then another look with them folded completely down so you can see how much room you have back here. So that is my walk around review and test drive of the 2018 Audi SQ5. Huge thanks again to Audi Greenville for providing this vehicle for today's video. Definitely check out their website in the description below. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe to stay tuned for more videos to come. I'll see you all next video.